Coachella Valley, and welcome to the comeback. I'm your host, Katie Stice, CEO at the Rancho Mirage Chamber of Commerce. We brought you this series to talk about local businesses, nonprofits, things happening in the area, news and information. And we're really excited today to bring you our guest. Let's pull him right in. I feel like y'all already know him, already love him. You're great in the community. Matt McPherson, he's Senior Energy Consultant at Renova. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Katie. Appreciate you having me on. Excited to see you.
Yeah, you as well. Happy Friday.
Yay.
Now, we wanted to really bring you on and talk quite a bit about the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority. You have a lot of information because right now you're getting a ton of questions about it. So we thought a video might be a really great way to answer those questions to the masses. So let's jump right into it and talk a little bit about it.
Sure. Yeah. RMEA is the acronym for the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority. And basically what the RMEA is another acronym, is a CCA. It's a Community Choice Aggregate. And they are creating or supplying and generating the power for the Rancho Mirage, the homeowners inside of Rancho Mirage and commercial business owners of Rancho Mirage. And then you still have SoCal Edison in the picture because they're in charge of delivering the power. So the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority is technically buying the power at like a wholesale rate, and then Edison is delivering it to you, and then you're buying it at that more retail rate, and that kind of margin between is being kept at the city. And so that's kind of the reason why the CCA was created. Was before they were created, Edison kept that margin. So it's better for the city to keep it, and eventually be able to do solar fields or buy more renewable energy and bring the costs down for the supply and generation of power.
Is it something common that cities do? I mean, I don't know if I've heard of other energy authorities in other cities, or is it more common than we know?
It's becoming more common for sure.
Okay.
The city of Palm Desert was kind of the first ones to kind of do it with the whole AB 811 thing. And then the city of Palm Springs created the DCE, and Cathedral City and Palm Desert will join that at some point. Yeah, all the cities are kind of jumping on board with this idea of splitting it up and trying to create so that it's not just 100% a monopoly with SoCal Edison.
Sure. And tell me the difference between base choice or premium renewable energy.
Yeah, so those are the two choices that somebody that doesn't have solar can choose from the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority. So if you don't have solar on your roof already, those are your two options. Either the base choice, which is a 50% carbon free, and that's what you're defaulted into. So if you haven't opted up to the premium renewable option, which is the second option that you could choose within the renewable Rancho Mirage Energy Authority, is either the base choice, which is 50% carbon free, which is like 35% renewable, 50% hydro. So definitely the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority is trying to make sure that the power that they are buying is majority renewable energy. And then you can opt up to the premium renewable, which is 100% renewable energies. So
got it.
Just depends on how you feel, and those two options are really for people because not everybody can have solar.
Right.
Not everybody can put solar in their house. People live in apartments that can't accept solar, and so this is a way for the homeowners inside of Rancho Mirage to still buy a renewable energy product that's delivered to their house in the form of energy versus just putting solar panels on their roof.
Wow. And tell me a little bit about rebates and solar and how that works.
Sure. Yeah. The reason solar really makes sense right now is because of the federal tax credit that's available. So there's a federal tax credit at 26%. It'll stay at 26% this year. It was set to go down at 22%, but got extended in the last stimulus package. So we're at 26% tax credit this year, 26% again next year, and then it'll drop down to 22%. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets extended again. But the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority actually gives its homeowners $500 extra. So $500 cash money coming back to homeowners for putting solar panels on their roof. So Renova Energy actually does all the paperwork during the process for the homeowners. So it makes it real easy, but it's kind of like hey, thanks for going solar in Rancho Mirage. Yep. Here's an extra $500 to help pay for like all those minimal charges. Because even if you go solar, you don't get rid of your bill altogether. You can drop down to like $10, $20, but that $500 will go a long way to pay those little charges.
That's a nice incentive there. Yeah,
Huge.
really nice. That's
And none
great
of the
for
other
people.
cities are doing that. That's Rancho Mirage only.
Well, there you go. Thank you to the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority. that's
I agree.
that's a very generous gift for
It is
sure.
very generous. Yeah.
Yeah, really great
They
incentive.
also compensate you at a higher rate too.
Oh
So
wow.
if you have solar on your roof, you're still on a 12-month net metering program, which we'll talk about true up bills here in a second,
Yeah.
how that works. But if you've produced more power over that 12-month period than you've consumed, so you essentially made more power from the solar panels than you've used, the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority will pay you at almost double the rate that SoCal Edison does. So
Wow.
it's 6 cents instead of 3.5 cents. So
Oh.
it's not a
Hey.
great return, but it's double what the normal was before the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority was created. So it's a
Yeah,
good compensation
absolutely.
program.
And every small amount, adds up. And tell me, we were talking a little bit before we went live. Tell us a little bit about the true up bill and that cycle and cadence, how it works.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the one of the biggest things that we're seeing at Renova right now is, and getting questions on is the true up bills and how that process works. Because basically, um, you move to a 12-month billing cycle when you go solar. But the
Mm,
Rancho Mirage Energy Authority has decided that May is the month that they're going to true up in no matter what. And it
okay.
doesn't matter when you start your 12-month cycle, every May you true up. And by truing up, I mean you get a settlement bill that says either you used more power or you made enough from the solar panels. And so, depending
Okay.
on when you start that 12-month process, if you start in, say, August, September, you may rack up a bill before you have a chance to build up a bunch of credits. And
Mm,
so, it's kind of confusing for people because they're used to Edison's still on a 12-month program, but you can easily essentially have a less than 12-month program with Ranch Mirage, and then May hits and you start a new 12-month program. So after your
got it.
first May through
Yeah,
the program, you're going to be every 12 months, and it's going to be somewhat normal. But that first year can be kind of confusing for people.
got it. And tell me a little bit about compensation for net generation and how that works.
Yeah, that's like the extra power. So typically,
Okay.
we're trying to size systems for people's 100% usage. So ideally, if somebody's been in their home for 12 months, we can look at 12 months of usage history and shoot for about 100%, so that the solar panels are making enough power to offset your bill and not have net surplus generation. But if you do have net surplus generation and you do make more power than you consume over that 12-month cycle, the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority pays you extra. So yeah, 6 cents over 3 cents,
Wow.
which is just an extra bonus of being a Rancho Mirage, living in
Right.
the city boundaries of Rancho Mirage. So
A
it's
lot of
somewhat of a no
incentives and
brainer.
perks.
Lots
Yeah.
of incentives and perks. Rancho Mirage is one of the cities that is almost like the perfect storm for solar because the homes are
Hmm.
big enough. They have enough air
Hmm.
conditioning consumption. The people are living there. We're getting a lot more full-time residents in the city of Rancho Mirage, and we're
Yep.
seeing them stay here through the summertime and really consume a lot of power and have the need for solar because their electricity bills are going up and up and up. So.
Well, for anyone who's out there watching, if you have questions, you can leave them right in the comments below, and Matt will be answering. Tell us a little bit about why you chose this industry because you've been doing this for quite a while, and I'm always impressed by your passion for it, how much you know. You're always on all the changes. You're telling me, "Hey, Katie, you need to you need to know what's going on." I mean, why did you choose this industry?
It kind of shows me, I mean, I've always told people it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so I got introduced to solar by a friend that was in Orange County that wanted to open up a business out here. And there's no better place for solar than the Coachella Valley. So I saw the opportunity there. And, what I really love about what I do is I'm not really selling anything. I'm just redistributing people's money.
Yep.
If they don't go solar, they're staying in their home and they're going to pay Edison and they're throwing that money away and they're not getting a thank you card or a Christmas card from Edison. So, the literally just taking the money that you used to spend and putting it up
Hmm.
on your roof and creating a payback period where you're going to have 5 to 7 years and then you're in a 15 to 20% return on investment. There is no better thing that I'm aware of in the world to sell and get the federal tax credit available to people too. So,
Yeah.
you got to really follow government mandates
Yep.
and those kind of things are really what allow products to be pushed. And that's all I've done is if I just followed what the state of California and the federal government has said people here in the United States have to do, which is become more renewable and come off of the fossil fuels. And I think that it's just a smart decision for everybody to look at. And that's one of the things I like is that I can tell people no. I can tell you're not a good candidate. You don't spend that much in electricity. Your house is under a forest. Sorry.
Not gonna happen. Well, for everyone who's out there watching, Matt McPherson is a great representative at Renova Energy. His information is down below, scrolling on the screen. Should you have questions about the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority, solar, energy in general, like this is your guy. So please don't hesitate to reach out. We've known each other a long time through the chambers and leadership Coachella Valley. You're a great community partner and friend, and just can't say enough about you. Thank you so much for coming on today just to share a little bit more, especially since there are so many questions out there.
You're very welcome, Katie. Thank you for having me on. I'm happy to do it anytime. You have a great rest of your Friday, and I'll hopefully see you soon.
You too, but don't go away yet. You just did get one question. We've got a lot of hellos and stuff, but I do have a question about solar being available for commercial businesses.
Very, very available. Totally different animal. I focus 100% on residential, mainly because it's a longer process. So it takes a little bit longer to look at commercial. But if somebody is interested in commercial, Renova's happy to help. We have a full commercial division. I'm sitting actually in the commercial office right now. So it's just quieter in here, so I came in here. But I'm happy to introduce anybody to the commercial team. They're happy to do an analysis of the building. The difference between residential and commercial is that they have what are called demand rates or demand charges. And so with commercial, you can plaster the whole roof full of solar and still have about a 50% bill left over. And so it's because it's based on the amount of power that's being delivered every 15 minutes. And so if there's a huge spike in demand, Edison still has to be able to provide that amount of power at any 15-minute interval, and they'll charge you based on that demand charge. So it's different than residential, but totally doable. And a lot of the same rebates and things apply for Edison and Rancho Mirage Energy Authority with the commercial team.
Oh, great to know. I appreciate it. Well, my friend, thank you for coming on and sharing. Promise to come back as things change and progress, and as you have more news to share. We just love hearing from you about what's going on, and appreciate your time today.
My pleasure. You're very welcome. Happy to come on anytime you want me, Katie.
Sounds great. I'll see you soon, my friend. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
And thanks for joining us today. We so appreciate it. Again, this series was really brought to the community, by the community, for the community. When the crisis started, it was our way to share these stories. And we're just continuing with it because it's so much fun to hear from our local business professionals about any latest news that's going on. If you have not purchased your Taste of Summer Rancho Mirage wristbands yet, please do. We launch on July 15th. It goes through August 15th. 20 restaurants, 20 nonprofits fundraising, great community event. We hope you participate. We have well over 1,500 wristbands already in the community. It's a great way to support our restaurants during slower times. Again, nonprofits are fundraising. So come on out. It's a fun way to get involved. And I look forward to seeing everybody soon. If there's a way that I can help support you or your business, please don't hesitate to reach out. That's what your Chamber of Commerce is here for. Take care, everyone.